Hi there, this is Daniel. Hope you're doing really good. This is going to be a reply to Leighton as well as Natasha. Um, let's start with this email I got from Leighton one day ago. I thought I already kind of answered it briefly, but I thought it was a good question from him, and I think this answer may help other people. In their path to get past insomnia. So let's read it here. It came one day ago. Hi, Daniel. I thought I'd drop a question that I'm toying with, and I'm honest, I can get a little obsessed over. Is there a correlation between how long you've had insomnia, 14 years for me, and the speed of your recovery? So I think that was a good question, and I'm kind of surprised nobody's asked me that before. But I want to say this, that yes, there is a correlation. I think, generally speaking, the longer you've had insomnia, it tends to take longer to get moved past it. But that's not, in my opinion, like the main determinant of how long it's going to take. It's more of how profound the insomnia, like how entrenched the insomnia is. Meaning, somebody may have had kind of milder trouble sleeping, over 14 years, for example, but have not really gotten those like the changes in behavior and the changes of thought pattern that characterize somebody that has really entrenched insomnia. So that could be a quick recovery, even if it's been 14 years. But if somebody has had this kind of spiraling path where, you start having some trouble sleeping and then you identify that as a problem, you try to get more sleep, you don't get more sleep, you get less sleep, you try more things, and after months, years, even decades, where you're now in a position where you are like taking 2 medications and 4 supplements, and you're using a noise cancellation machine and blackout curtains, and you go to bed at the exact same time every night, and you do like 5 things, like you have some soothing tea and some sleepy time tea and this thing, all these things to go to sleep, and you are convinced that you cannot sleep without any of this, and something is not right with you, etc. If that's your type of insomnia, then that's like, okay, it's going to take a lot of untangling and kind of reversal work here, for you to get better. So again, it's more like then how entrenched insomnia is that determines how long it takes than simply how many years you've had it. So I hope that was helpful, and I just wanted to give you some encouragement. What did I see here? I do get a little sleep envy when people seem to recover in weeks and months, and I'm aware that posing this question means I'm probably not entirely confident yet. Yep, some good insight there, Leighton. And here. However, sleep is yo-yoing, but definitely improving and able more or less to focus on other things after a bad night. That sentence was like, I was so happy when I read that. Super, super happy. And like, if things are improving, then just play that up and be happy and distract yourself, do other things as you're doing, yeah, I'm confident that if it's not going to be like in weeks, then maybe in months, so you'll be on the path to better sleep. Some person that I've communicated with a lot on the channel. Initially, his name was Tuan, and there's some early videos about him, and he had insomnia for a long time. I can't remember how long, but I was in touch with him for I would say about like a 6-month stretch, quite frequently. And the latest emails from him is basically like he rarely has any problem sleeping. So I hope that's a little bit of encouragement. So now let's see here. So I wanted to answer Natasha as well, and this is Natasha who has been guesting my podcast. Now, let's see. Here it is. So this is an email from Natasha from 15 hours ago. And Natasha's saying, these days, I'm no longer lamenting to my family about my struggles with sleep. I'm fully engaged in CBTI practice, and I'm trying to live a little these summer days. So that's great, Natasha. And I don't speak about this a lot, but in Sasha Stevens' books, this is something she talks a lot about, is how if we talk to people about how poorly we sleep and how difficult it is, etc., that can be really, really reinforcing the insomnia. So I was really happy reading this. I think that is fantastic. Okay, let's keep reading. While I'm a little less anxious about getting sleep relief, I find myself thinking quite a bit about the quality of sleep I'm getting, particularly on a day like today, where even after sleeping about 4 hours last night, I'm fatigued and tired and having to push through the brain fog and headaches all day. A friend of mine shared with me a tea that he says really helps with deep sleep. And on my cabinet, I have an alpha-stimulator gadget that's supposed to aid in improving deep sleep. And then, of course, there's meditation. And why these thoughts? I suppose deep down, while I feel CBTI can restore my sleep, there's a small part of me that's skeptical as to whether it can actually improve my sleep quality and enable me to wake up feeling refreshed. I feel that I'm unique from most other insomnia sufferers who report having good quality sleep when they do happen to sleep, as in the case of Zimi or Ellen. Should I continue to refrain from using meditation or teas to help improve my sleep quality? It would be so nice to wake up without the brain fog and tired eyes. Plus, I want to be able to fully trust my body again. But if it takes months for me to have restorative sleep, then oh well. Couple of things here. I think you probably, Natasha, know kind of what I'm gonna say here, which is the following. I believe when first of all, I believe that, or actually, let me back up on that one too. And you're saying here, like, I'm a little less anxious about getting sleep relief. That sentence alone is so important. Like, it may not seem like I'm a little less anxious, but that's big. That's huge. Like, you, as I think I said at some other point, like, you took a plane to Singapore just to get some sleep relief. So, contrasting this with, like, I'm a little bit less anxious, that's fantastic. And you slept about 4 hours last night. I believe that that's much more than, we would have expected just a few weeks ago. And I totally get the fatigue and tired and all that. I recently made a video about that, by the way, which you probably seen it, but that's the, like, when people say CBTI is hard, that's to me, that's one of the parts that is, like, that's really the hard part, with it, dealing with, like, the fatigue and things that come with, yes, they come with your sleep quality isn't there, but it's also, like, uh, all the thinking about sleep and all the preoccupation with it, that's still there. That part is also a component of why you feel tired. Now, to kind of more answer your questions here, I feel like if you like that alpha-stimulator gadget, to be honest with you, I was a believer in that a few years ago, but now I'm, like, completely not, because that is, like, there's no way you're using an alpha-stimulator gadget for, like, pleasure or fun or, like, any other some self-inherent, like, benefit. Like, if you're doing that, that's for the specific reason of getting more deep sleep, which then leads down that path of, like, if you use it and you seem to get more deep sleep, then you're in trouble, because then you're starting to believe that this outside thing is giving you deep sleep. If you're using it and it doesn't work, then it's like, frustration, that didn't work. So that one I'll be very, very careful with. Now, the meditation and, like, a tea, that's more like, I don't, as you know, there's no way those things actually directly give you more deep sleep. They cannot. But if you enjoy tea and you want to try that tea, because he says it's not only does it give you deep sleep, it's also, like, I really enjoy the process of making the tea and I enjoy drinking tea, then you can drink it and enjoy that, and if you then sleep better, then you know that it wasn't because of the tea, it was because I enjoyed making it. And I love making tea and I love drinking tea, and I'm gonna keep doing that because I love it, and then maybe it'll also help you sleep, but that's not why I'm doing it. It's the exact same thing with meditation. Like, if you're somebody that, like, can meditate because you're gonna enjoy that, that's fantastic. And again, like, if you then sleep better, that's not because the meditation made you sleep, it's because you were distracted from your thoughts about sleep, you enjoyed something, and you did something that you liked, and that then took your mind off of sleep, etc. So yep. in conclusion, I would say, as I as I kind of always say, like, keep doing what you're doing, and you are on a path that is positive. I feel there's no question about that, and just stay on the path. Oh, yeah. Now I remember what it was. You know, um, what something that made me really really encouraged, and I think you were right on the you hit the nail on the head that one time, was when we did the last podcast episode where we talked. I think after we stopped recording, you said something to the effect of like, I'm a person that needs kind of intellectual stimulation. I can easily get bored, and I think I need a job, like, because I enjoy doing fun things, but at the end of the day, like, it's hard to kind of come up with new fun things to do all the time. Now, when you said that, I was like, that is so true. Like, a lot of people, I think I shared this with you. Um, a lot of people with insomnia are very much like, curious, smart people that are also very analytical, and that kind of analytical portion is what like can take you down that path of like trying to figure out what's insomnia, trying different things, and lead you towards insomnia. So when you said you were looking for a job, I was like, I think that could really really be great. So you definitely keep that in mind. But anyway, I think the last part of the message share, Natasha's sharing me that she's enjoying the festive times in where she lives. There are museums and jazz festivals, and I'm like, that is awesome. I'm so happy to read that. Super happy to read that. So with that said, I will conclude here. And Natasha, Leighton, um, any questions, I'm more than happy to answer, of course. And I'm rooting for you guys. And I hope you have a really, really nice day. Okay, bye now.